A toxic crime scene that could have grave consequences for UK-Russia relations. When news broke that former Russian army officer turned British spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter had been attacked with a nerve agent, some British politicians were quick to speculate that Moscow was likely to be behind it.
But if the suspicions that I know on both sides of the House prove to be well-founded, then it may very well be, Mr. Speaker, that we are forced to look again at our regime, our sanctions regime, and other measures that we may seek to put in place.
The government has described the poisoning as a brazen and reckless act, but it's been far more reserved about discussing any notion of punishing Russia, while the police investigation is incomplete. While the UK government is talking tough and promising robust action once all the evidence is in, some say it's been going soft on Russia for years. The main example being the way it handled the assassination of another former Russian spy, Alexander Litvinenko, who was poisoned with plutonium here at the Millennium Hotel in 2006. On his deathbed, Litvinenko told police that Russian President Vladimir Putin had ordered his death. A UK inquiry later concluded Putin probably did approve that murder. At the time, there were calls for the British Parliament to place extra sanctions on Russia, but it didn't. If Russia is found to be behind the Skripal poisonings, there's pressure for a much harsher response. Some people have suggested measures including ending diplomatic ties, freezing assets, extending sanctions and boycotting the Football World Cup in Russia. But as defence analyst Robert Fox explains, that's all easier said than done.
There's one grip that Putin has on the throat of London, and it's all those hot Russian oligarchs' dollars by the billions coming through into British institutions, into the schools, into everything. And that's why they can't afford to offend too many Russians too suddenly.
Moscow is denying any involvement in this latest attack, instead accusing the UK of spreading propaganda. But if it is proved Russia was behind the poisoning, then it will be hard for the British government to avoid taking action, and that can only mean relations will be further strained. Sarah Morice, TRT World, London.